Hey Kay. Hello, hello. Good evening. So y'all, I'm doing something different. Hey Lantra. Hello. I am switching over to YT. So if you have YT, this is where I'll be hosting the live. So I've been it's been a rough week. I wasn't on last Wednesday. We lost our grandma, my husband's grandma, but she is my grandma too. So it's just been tough. But you guys, y'all head over to YT because that's where I am doing the lives. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, congratulations, Kaylee. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, y'all. So, you see, uh, 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 I got it set up. We're on the tube of you. So if y'all would like to join in the study session, that is where I am. Okie dokie. She said, I passed my dosage. She said, your lives helped a lot. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm glad they helped. And thank you for your condolences. Nurse Juicy McFat. Hey, y'all know y'all be having some names. So I am doing the lives. Thank you. Thank you. I am doing a live, but it is on my YouTube channel. So, if y'all can make your way over there, you see, that's where I'll be doing the sessions from now on. But we still doing them. Woo. All right. On my way. Yeah, say hey. Say hey when you log on. This is Study Buddy Sunday. Nurse C. A blessed RN. And I am on YouTube with my live study session. Here we go. Sorry. Um, I'm reviewing heparin. Okay. Heparin doesn't have to be bad. I think heparin is worse than people make it to be. Um, yeah. Because if you have your units, for the bolus, if you have your units for the bolus, yeah, I got this gimbal on here. Hey, okay, I see y'all on here. So when y'all come over to the channel, y'all make sure you say something. We're gonna clock it in. Because what I want to do is I want to start doing the lives here so that if this disappears like it's supposed to be, then the studying does not stop. It won't stop, can't stop, won't stop. No, we don't like that dude right now. Let me not say that. My bad. Okay, I see you, Nurse Juicy from TikToky. All right. Hey, Maria. Hey, Elantra. I have a hemodynamic in shock. Oh, hey. So I am streaming on YouTube. I am on my YouTube. You should go over to it and I will see you there. And it would be just as full screen and interactive as this. Because right now it's kind of crooked. I'm coming wherever you pass it. And I'm subscribed now to get the alerts. Hey Liz. Okay, yes, yes, you will get the alerts. So I'm trying to utilize this more, like I said, just in case it goes away. We won't go away. Hey chocolate almonds. My channel, my YouTube channel is the same name as my TikTok. So that's where I will be conducting the lives. So, yeah, this is the view from TikTok. You want the other view, you go to YouTube. So, wait. I'm logging on. Okay, I have an exam tomorrow. I need an example of an IV drip and BSA. Um, like two separate problems. Is that what you're asking for? Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, I got you. Yeah, I head to the tube of you. That is where the live is. Okay. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go ahead and start with ah this thing keeps on tipping. Sorry. Tipping on four fours. Or whatever Paul Wall used to say. I don't know. Yeah, it's a long week and a short weekend. It never seems like it's enough time in the weekend to recover. Good goodness. I'm trying to keep it so that if you're here, you can see the live, but I am on my YouTube. This is broadcasting on the YouTube. Okay, so hey, I'm Narcia, blessed RN, and we are going to be doing some studying tonight with dosage calculations. So we'll start off with some easy things and then get into some more difficult topics. So if you haven't studied with me before, I want to let you know that this is going to be dimensional analysis heavy. Dimensional analysis is like the redheaded stepchild because it seems long and complicated and nobody understands it, but it works in mostly all of your problems. There are only a handful of problems that they don't work in, and that's because they have a specific formula that they have to go by, or they're just different, like tube feeding dilution, BSA, percent solution, and it's one more that I can't put my tongue on right now. Fluid volume maintenance. Okay. So I'll let you know which ones you cannot do the dimensional on because, like I said, there is a set formula for some things, but for most things, you can use dimensional analysis. And the first thing that you're going to have to do to be successful in all of your dosage calculations problems is learn your conversions. If you're starting school, you're in school now, you're thinking about it, learn your metric conversions. Learn your metric conversions. Your metric conversions must be in here. They can't be written on the paper because you're already trying to see how to set up problems and then trying to see what conversion goes where. That's going to be the root of your success is the way that you know your conversions, and they don't have to be hard. Can you do an alteplase that has a bolus and a remaining waste? Juicy. What in the world? Can you give me an example? All right, so let's start off. So, like I said, I do everything with dimensional, okay? So, we'll do our goal is micrograms. So I say it's not math, it's more like solving puzzles. So we use puzzle pieces to piece together our answers or our equations to look like the goal. So what are the puzzle pieces? The puzzle pieces are things that are relative to each other, that equal to each other. Like one day is 24 hours, 1 hour is 60 minutes. In this case, 1 milligram equals 1,000 micrograms. So you see, you must know your conversion. So 0.575 milligrams is a puzzle piece because that's what it gave us. And then we know that 1 milligram is 1,000 mics. And if you're on the TikTok, you're getting a backstage view. If you want to see the live in live format, then you have to go over to my YouTube channel, Blessed RN. Okay. So that's why I'll be conducting the lives. Alrighty, so now we've got micrograms. That is our goal. We always start with what it is that we're looking for. When you're setting up these problems, a lot of people say they don't know how to set them up. And start with what you're looking for. You start with what you're looking for, you don't have to go and find it. So, if we're looking for micrograms, I'm going to start with a puzzle piece that has micrograms in it. And I'm going to put it on the top and it'll be first. So, micrograms is 1,000, right? And then it equals 1 milligram. Cool. Thank you so much. Alrighty. So now I've got milligrams at the bottom. I need milligrams at the top so I can use my other puzzle piece that has milligrams in it. And you see this is not equal to anything. It's just by itself. So I'm going to put it over 1. Everything doesn't have to have a partner. Some things are just single, okay? So if it's single and it's by itself, keep it single. So now we'll do 1,000 times 0.575. So it's going to be 575 micrograms. Okay? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's how we're going to set up all of our problems using that puzzle piece method. Okay? So we got 20 ounces. How many milliliters? So this will be useful in your intake and your output problems. Okay? So if you're trying to convert all of your ounces that your patient has consumed within the shift, then this is where you would use that. Okay? So what is our goal? Our goal is ML. And hey, everybody who's on the TikTok still, I am on my YouTube. Congratulations, Miss Jessica. Hey, turn up. You passed your dosage count last week. Congratulations. Yay. I don't know how to make a clap on my phone, but congrats. All right, so our goal is milliliters. I'm looking for milliliters, so I have 20 ounces. That's a puzzle piece. So now I need to know the conversion of ounces to milliliters, right? Okie dokie. So 1 ounce equals 30 ml. If I'm looking for milliliters, I start with what it is that I'm looking for. Hey, April. All right. So we'll do 30 milliliters is 1 ounce. So I just took this and I flipped it because in real life, if you have a puzzle piece, then you just flip it, right? To make it fit into your puzzle. It's the same kind of idea here. Okay. So we're just going to flip it. So we've used that. Now we've got to do ounces. So 20 ounces on the top. We'll put it over 1. Your ounces crosses out. So then you'll do 30 times 20, which is going to be 600 milliliters. All right. Hey, I can't seem to do the YouTube. Will it be there to watch later? Yeah, it sure will. All of my live replays are on the YouTube channel. So yeah, it will be available. Alrighty. So now let's go to something different, more difficult. We like to warm up, right? Let's do fluid volume maintenance. Somebody asked about BSA too, so I'll show you that in just a moment. All right. So fluid volume maintenance has 3 different formulas. You've got a formula for when there are 10 kgs or less, which is going to be 100 milliliters per kilogram. And from when they're more than 10 and then less than 20, it's going to be that 1,000 milliliters plus 50 mLs per kg. And then that is for the kgs that are greater than 10. Okay. And then you have more than, well, 20 or more, right? Greater than 20. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I get my alligators mixed up. So 1,500 mLs plus your 10 milliliters, no, 20 milliliters per kg. And that's per kgs that are greater than 20. So these are the 3 formulas that you would have for fluid volume maintenance. Seems a little bit, yeah. I don't like formulas. I don't know about you, but I don't like formulas. I don't like them because if you don't memorize them exactly the right way, you get it wrong. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how we'll use the formula, just to show you how, but then we'll see how we can break it down and do the same thing without using a formula. Okay, sound good? If it sounds good, put a 1 in the chat. All right, so the patient weighs 18.5 kgs. So we're going to be using this part right here, okay? So since the patient is 18.5 kgs, we're going to have to take 18.5 kgs and subtract the 10 kilograms because that's this part that'll go to find that. So 18.5 minus 10 is going to be 8.5 kilograms. So we'll do our 50 ml per kg times your 8.5 kg over 1. Whoop. Kgs crosses out. And so then we'll do baby shark do 50 times 8.5. And that's going to be 50 times 8.5. I think it is 425. Yeah, 425 mLs. So then we have to add this part, okay? So 1000 ml, 1425 ml is the amount that they would get for the whole 24 hours. This is your pediatric fluid volume maintenance, okay? So, what the easy way to do would be is to break this up by tens because you see that the formulas go by 10, 10, and 10, right? So the first 10 automatically gets amount, the second 10 gets amount, and then the rest of it gets the last amount. So what we'll do is break up the weight and divide it by tens. So if it's 18.5 kilograms, we'll do 10 kgs and then the next 10, but we don't have 10 left. So then we'll do 8.5 kgs and then that's it. So the first 10 kilograms gets 100 milliliters. The second gets 50 milliliters. And if we had a third grouping, it would get the 20 milliliters, as you would see from the formulas that we had. So you see this equals to 18.5 kg. So we got the total weight right there. So instead of having to subtract 10 from 18 and then put it into a whole nother formula, you just break it up and you get the same kind of answer. So 1000 is automatically right there. That's going to be 425. So all together would be 1425. So how do y'all feel about that second way versus trying to memorize all three formulas correctly? Choose which formula to use. Remember to subtract the weight and then find your milliliters. What do y'all think about that? And if you are on the live on TikTok, this is on YouTube. I am moving my live sessions to YouTube's on Sundays and Wednesdays. So, a blessed RN. I just want to thank you for. I had a question of English and divided every bottom. Oh, you're welcome. And I thought about you. You're welcome. All right. So, everybody who is on here, if you can go over to the YouTube channel and tune in, that is where I will be conducting the lives. Okay. So, this is how you would do that type of problem. Let's do another one for a patient who weighs more than 20 kgs. So let's say they weigh 24.65. Sometimes I get my numbers mixed up. I love the second way for sure. Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay, so let's do. So we'll do 24.65. So we got to break it up by the first 10, the second 10. So that's 20. And then the rest would be 4.65. So the first 10 gets 100 ml. The second 10 gets 50 ml. The third 10 gets 20 ml. And so you see, if you add all that together, you got 24.65 kgs. And then we know this is automatically going to be that 1000. Like from your formula that you saw, this automatically is going to be your 500, like from the second part of the formula that you saw. And then whatever 4.65 times 20 mLs is, 4.65 times 20 is 93. So we'll add all of that together. And that is fluid volume maintenance. And you see how fast I did it. Mm. What's the rule with ml set up in the second way? My name is John. I ain't breastfeed. Okay. That's your business, John. But we ain't gonna talk about that. All right. So the with the setup, it starts with 100 and goes all the way to what when it comes to the kg breakdown. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. I'm trying to do this, but it won't let me do it. All right. So listen. It's 100 milliliters for the first 10 kgs, 50 milliliters for the second 10 kgs, and then for the rest, if it's more than 20 kgs, they get 20 milliliters. So you just break it up. So let's say they weighed, hey Kevin, I am on YouTube doing my lives. So everybody who is on here, who is looking for the regular live format, if you would go to the two of you, you will find me. Nurse C, a blessed RN. So a blessed RN is the same handle. Okay. So what am I looking for? So let's say the patient's weight is 33 kgs. So we need to break it down in threes, right? So 10, the first 10, the second 10, and then the rest. So you see that's 10 and 10 is 20 plus 13 is 33, right? And my iPad is trying to solve the math for me. I don't like that. I can do my own math. Thank you. So the first 10 automatically gets 100 milliliters. The second 10 gets 50 milliliters. And then the remaining amount gets 20. So 100, 50, 20. And this is your fluid volume maintenance for those who are wondering what type of problem this is. So let's see, 1000 is the first, 500 is automatically going to be the second. Then what is 13 times 20? Going to be 260 is the remaining. So you just add it all together. So 1760. Boom, boom. And that's the total. So that's how you do that. I like the second way a whole bunch more, but y'all let me know which way you like the best. All right, so provider has ordered drug R 250 mgs by mouth 3 times a day. Drug R is available in the concentration of 150 milligrams per teaspoon. How many milliliters would you administer per day? So what is the goal? Our goal is milliliters. No, sorry, just kidding. It's gonna be what? Oh gosh, it's going everywhere. Milliliters per day, right? So you have to include the per. So when you're looking for the goal is telling you what it wants you to answer as. So you have to include everything, okay? So if it's asking for milliliter per dose, then it's per dose. If it's asking for day, then it's per day. You have to include all of the goal. And hey, y'all who are on TikTok, I am on the YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is the same as my name, a blessed RN here. And that is where I will be conducting the live. So if you want to join us over there, you can instead of having this little backstage view. All right. So what are puzzle pieces? So your puzzle pieces are going to be your drug order. So how much is ordered, your medicine concentration, and then if it's asking you for the day, like this one is, you have to consult your frequency because your frequency is how often you give a dose in the day. So if we have 250 milligrams, that is one dose. we have 3 doses that we're supposed to give in a day. So 3 doses in one day, because that is your TID. Okay. And then our medicine is 150 milligrams per teaspoon. Okay. So we still are missing one conversion because we need milliliters. So how many milliliters are in a teaspoon? 1 teaspoon is 5 ml. Okay, so if we're looking for milliliters, I'm going to start with what I'm looking for. I always start with what I'm looking for because that's what the goal tells me to do. So everything that sets up after that has to cancel out, and you cancel out by having the same units on the top and the bottom. Okay, so I use this one right here. 5 mLs is 1 teaspoon. Okay. So then we'll do our teaspoon right here. So teaspoon over 150 mgs. Teaspoons crosses out, and now I've got milligram at the bottom. So you see how I cross out my units after every step that I take? That's how I know what comes next, because a lot of people say, well, how do you know how to format the problem? How do you know what comes next? This unit right here at the bottom is going to tell you what's next if it's not a part of the goal, because all of your units except for milliliter at the top, which you started with, have to cross out until you get to day at the bottom. So milligrams not part of the goal. So I'm going to go to this one right here. So 250 mgs is 1 dose. My milligrams crosses out. And then we have dose at the bottom, so I need dose at the top. That's this last puzzle piece right here. 3 doses is in one day. So everything has crossed out except for milliliter per day, which is the what? The goal. So that's how you set your problems up. Okay. All right. So we'll do all of our numbers across the top. All of our numbers are multiply across the bottom, divide the top by the bottom. I do the calculator trick. So I just keep everything inside the calculator. And then that's especially useful for when you have like those long microgram per kilogram per minute or your weight-based problems. So we'll see what this is. 5 times 250 times 3 is 3,750 divided by 150, which is going to be 25 milliliters per day. Baby. Alrighty. So here is a safe dose problem. A provider orders drug M 350 milligrams by mouth every 6 hours for a patient who weighs 75 pounds. The recommended safe dose is 30 to 60 milligrams per kilogram per day, divided into even doses every 6 hours. What is the safe dose range, and what is the ordered dose safe? So, with your safe dose range problems, you're trying to see if what the doctor has ordered is safe. So, the first thing is not to mess with the order. Okay? So, we're not going to mess with this. That's what they ordered. Okay, that's what we're going to be using as a test to see does it fall in the green zone or the red zone. So what we need to do first is find the limits, the upper limit and the lower limit. And if you're on TikTok, I am on my YouTube channel, A Blessed RN, doing a live. So that's why you get this backstage look. I didn't want you to miss out because I was like, I really didn't tell anybody about it. I didn't come on last week because we had a death in the family, and just didn't feel up to it. But yes, I'm switching the format. All right. So if you would like to join in and join in the chat over there, you can as well, or you can keep watching this backstage view. Alrighty. So what we are going to do first is see what the lower and upper limit is. That's what's going to be the safe zone. Okay. So it asks, is this order dose safe? So safe dose. We're not looking for the the whole day amount. So that's what you need to pay attention to in your dosage calculations problems. When it tells you dose or day, you know what I'm saying? You've got to pay attention to what it is specifically that it wants. So if we notice that the safe dose range has day in it, but the goal has dose in it, so we're going to have to consider the frequency. Okay, so what we'll do is we're looking for the milligrams, how many milligrams per dose, the lowest amount and the highest amount that they can get. So we'll start with our 30 milligram per kilogram per day. I know that my patient weighs 75 pounds. And then it says that it's divided into even doses every 6 hours. So if we are having 24 hours in a day, we give one dose every 6 hours. That means 24 divided by 6 is 4 doses in a day. So one day has 4 doses in it. Okay, so if my goal is milligram on the top and dose on the bottom, I'm going to start with milligrams on the top and dose on the bottom. So milligrams is right here, 30 mg's per kg slash day. Okay, so then we'll do our weight. Our patient's weight is in pounds, so we're supposed to be looking for kgs. We'll do our conversion. 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. So you see where these conversions comes in? It just rolls right off, right? So then we'll do pounds. I have 75 pounds over 1 pound crosses out. And then what's left is day. So that's this piece right here. So one day has 4 doses. Okay, so you see how we just basically dog walk this thing, just from from set to set. All right. Why is this not working over here? I hope my comments are coming through because I can't see it. Oh well. All right. So now we can do the math. So we'll do 30 times 75 times 30 times 75 times 1. Okay, so that's it. Divided by, I need to get it together. I can't type tonight. 2.2 divided by 4. Oh, thank you, Kevin, for the roses. Y'all who are on here, who are still rocking with me on TikTok, just know that I am switching over to the Tube of You, so I can utilize that more for the study sessions. I'll still be posting, of course, content and engaging. But just in case our beloved place of meeting and studying is taking away soon, we will have this. So I got 255.68. So 255.7 milligrams per dose. That is the least amount. So in order to find the most, what we will do is use the 60. So 60 milligrams per kilogram slash day times 1 kg over 2.2 pounds times 75 pounds. And you see we crossing out as we go. Pounds crosses out. And then we have day at the bottom. So once again, one day is 4 doses. And you set this problem up exactly the same way that you set the one that was on the top. You just put your 60 milligrams per kilogram per day in there. And that is the most. Do they let you use a calculator in nursing school? Heck yeah. Now, some people don't. Now, I was blown away by that. Some people said that they had to do everything by hand. And that really like just blew my mind because even in the hospital, you have a calculator on what was that? Not Epic. What's the other one? Cerner. That's the one I used a lot. So I don't know. It just depends on your program, I guess. All right. So, boom. That is the most that they can receive. Okay. So, what we need to do is now we look at the safe zone. So 255.7 is the least that they can have a dose. 511.4 is the most that they can have in a dose. Okay, so this is the green zone. God dog. Do. Here we go. So this is the green zone, okay? Anything that is in between those numbers or at that number is safe. So anything that is less than is red. Anything that is more than is red, okay? Does this make sense? Can you tell me where? Hey, Amara. Yeah, hey y'all. I am on YouTube, so if you want to see the non-backstage view, you can join me here on my channel, a blessed RN. The four doses because there are. It says even doses. Ooh, right here. So if you have the total amount that was given and you need to see the safe dose amount, you need to know how many doses are in the day. So in one day, there's 24 hours, and you're given a dose every 6. So 24 divided by 6 is 4. I had to think about it. It's like, wait a minute, is it 4 doses? Okay. So now what we can do is take the order. So the order is 350 milligrams. That is one dose is 350 milligrams, okay? Does the 350 milligrams that's ordered, does it fall in the green zone or does it fall in the red zone? Is it safe or is it not safe? Is it safe or is it not safe? My glasses are falling down. Because it's between these two numbers, it will fall in the green zone. So that means that it is safe. Safe. Okay. Let's see. My thingy things aren't showing up. I don't like that. Let's see here. All right. Watch it. It's safe. Safe, safe, safe. There we go. And why is it not letting me like block this person? I don't like that. I didn't even see this come up, bruh. Like, why folks want to be on here being all nasty and disgusting? All right. So, what's next? Insulin. Okay. So, just because it changes the units of measure does not mean that we don't do it the same way. Okay. So, just because it's units, it's going to be the same thing. The camera moved. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, so the session is on YouTube. So, like I said, this is a little backstage kind of kind of view. So, yeah. Let's see here. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to get this little person off of here who's being just ridiculous. It's always somebody that's got to come on here and cut up, right? Let's see. We're gonna remove. No, no, no. Sorry. Pretend you are my mom and all this stuff. Crazy self. Hold on, y'all. I got you. Okay, dokie. You keep blocking them on your end. I got you. I pulled it up because it wasn't letting me do it from my computer. But I just put it up on the phone. Here we go. We're good. Good night. You want to get you? Go night night. Okay. All right. Go put your princess gown on. Yep. Alrighty, so insulin 150 units IV and 250 mLs normal saline at 15 milliliters per hour. How many units per hour? You can't see it. Got cut off. Let me see. It says how many uns. There you go. Units per hour is the patient receiving. We're going to round it to the nearest whole number. All right, so what are we looking for? What is our goal? Our goal is unit per hour. So you see with this method, you don't even really have to know like formulas because there's not really a formula for everything. I mean, I guess you could formulate everything, but then you have to memorize it, right? So basically, what we're looking for is what it's asking us to find unit per hour. We want unit on the top and hour at the bottom. Sorry. So if you want to see the live kind of study view, it is on my YouTube channel. If you're on the TikTok side, you're getting the backstage view. All right. So here we go. What are our puzzle pieces? So the things that go together stays together. So 150 units and 250 milliliters. Okay, so you see that 150 units of IV insulin is floating around in the normal saline, and it's 250 units, 250 mLs. So those stay together. What's together stays together, and then it's going at 15 milliliters per hour. So if we're looking for units, what do? We start with what we're looking for. So to be 150 units per 250 ml times 15 milliliters per hour because we have to cross out our milliliters and look what we have, units per hour. That's it. That's how you do it. Okay. I don't know what happened to my, oh, I guess the check mark kind of meshed with the hours. Okay, so we'll do 150 times 15 divided by 250. And it's going to be 9 milliliters per hour. So, safe, easy, effective. As long as you have your units that are together, the things that belong together that says per, that says in, those indicate that they are in a relationship. So anything that is relative to each other, they stay together, that's one puzzle piece. Um, your rate, which is 15 milliliters slash hour, it goes together, and so that's one puzzle piece. Yeah, I reported them on my end too. I'm sorry for that, y'all. People are crazy. They cray. So you start with what you're looking for, cross out all of your other units, keep going. In order to know, sorry, I did mean milliliter per hour, unit per hour. Sorry, it's because we got units and hours. Thank you for catching it. I appreciate it. Good looking out. I don't even know what I was talking about. Like I said, it's been a long week. And a short weekend. And I'm not ready for Monday. How many of y'all got tests coming up this week? Alrighty. The provider orders drug X 250 mg's and 500 milliliters of D5W to infuse over 2 hours. TID. Hey, Angelique. And thank you, user 40928222107. If y'all are watching on the TikTok side, this is the backstage view. If you would like to see the whole kit and caboodle setup and the replay, it is on my YouTube channel, A Blessed RN. So if you want to join me over there, you can. Eventually I will be moving it to this kind of platform. But I didn't want anybody to miss out. So you got the backstage view. All right. So you're the best. Oh, thank you. You got a test tomorrow. Okay, midterm. Oh, shucks. You got this. All right. So this one is asking us for the drops per minute. So with any IV infusion, we're looking for volume over time. Okay. So that is going to be drops per minute in this case, because you see it's giving us a drop factor. So anytime you see that drop factor, you can almost bet that it's going to be a drops per minute question. Okay. So what is our volume? Our volume is 500 milliliters. This question has a lot of fluff in it, okay? Because we're looking for drops per minute, so we need to see how fast to give all the medicine. So drug X is basically swimming around in 500 mLs of D5W. D5W is just the type of solution that your drug molecules has to be diluted in order for it to go into the patient's veins, okay? So in this problem, you looking for milligrams? Is it asking for grams? Is it asking for milli equivalents? It's not asking for any of that, okay? So therefore, we don't need this. That's what's gonna trip you up. Oh, Angelique, you passed with it. A. Oh, shucks. Congratulations. You're so very welcome. Thank you. Thank you for trusting in me to help you. I appreciate it. I'm just somebody on the internet talking about puzzles and dimensional analysis. I don't know. So back to what I was saying about the fluff. That is fluff. Don't let that trip you up. You're looking for volume, and then it says over time. Okay? Is it asking how many times a day that we have to give this medicine? No. So that does not need to be considered. We need the infusion time and the total volume. Okay? And then our drop factor is 20 drops per ml. We know that there is a formula for what is it, child? Drops per minute when it's volume. So your milliliters over your time in minutes, and then times your drop factor. But if you don't remember that it has to be in minutes, then you mess up. Okay. So, oh yes, Passion Grant. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Um, so if you don't have your minutes at the bottom, you'll mess the problem up. So that's why I don't like formulas. You have to memorize them exactly how they are, or you won't get it right. But with your puzzle pieces, you'll see where you're going and you'll see what your goal is, which is clearly what it's asking you to solve for. Then you have your pieces and you can see what crosses out, okay? So if we're looking for drops on the top, I'm going to start with what I'm looking for. 20 drops per milliliter, okay? Then we've got milliliter on the bottom, so we need milliliter on the top. So 500 mLs over 2 hours. You see how I'm keeping the pieces together? The things that equal to each other, they stay together. And I'm crossing out my units as I go. Okay, you got to write your units by your number, because that's how you know what comes next, what crosses out, what goes on the top, and what goes on the bottom. So now, of course, I start with what I'm looking for. So don't have to go and find it, it's there. But we have hours at the bottom, we need minutes. So I'll do my 1 hour to 60-minute conversion. And you see, I have it set up exactly the way that it has asked me to solve for. And that's how you do your dimensional analysis for your drops per minute. That's how you do it from basically all the problems. Hey, Heather. You're such a big help in pharmacology right now. I have my second term. Oh, thank you. I'm glad it's helping. I'm glad it's making some sense out of nothing. Because it don't have to be hard. It's just puzzle pieces. So we'll do 20 times 500. divided by 2 divided by 60. And if y'all are on this side of YouTube, I know you're looking like, what is this? This is the backstage view. So I am on my YouTube channel, A Blessed RN. That's where I'll be hosting the live sessions. Nursey is truly a blessing from God. Y'all better listen to her, pay attention, and ask questions. Angelique, oh, thank you. God is truly good. He's the only good one. I'm just trying to tell you what I know. All right. So if we have a decimal in the problem and it's a drops per minute problem, you can't divide a drop. So normally what they will ask you to do is to round to the nearest whole number. So this would be 83 drops per minute. And if you have any questions on rounding, I do have a rounding video on my channel. Oh, God used to help me pass my mid dose. Rosemary, that's awesome. God, ain't he good? I'm telling you. I love to see it. All these nurses coming in the making. I love it. I love to see it. I'm gonna do this last one that I got pulled up, and then I know some people have asked me about BSA and intake and output. I see you, Liz. So we'll do this one because it's this kind of a humdinger. It looks a little intimidating, but it's gonna be okay because we solve stuff with puzzle pieces, okay? All right. So a patient is receiving an IV infusion of drug Z, currently at the rate of 35 mLs per hour. Patient weighs 66 kgs. The concentration of drug Z is 250 mgs per 500 mLs of normal saline. How many micrograms per kilogram per minute is the patient receiving of drug Z? Okie dokie, hokey pokey. So this looks a little different, looks a little intimidating, but that's okay. So what's the first step after we read? We find a goal. So our goal is microgram per kilogram per minute. No, I didn't see it, Juicy. Can you post it here? Your name pop up and I just get tickled so many times. I got the live on my YouTube on my TikTok, so I can't pull it up. I can't see it. Um, what am I looking for? Microgram per kilogram per minute. Alrighty. So, what are our puzzle pieces? So, we've got 35 milliliters per hour. We're looking for the things that equal to each other or are by themselves, okay? So, then we've got 66 kg. And then we've got 250 milligrams per 500 milliliters of your medicine. Okay. That's all it gave us. So, what do we start with? Okay, Lacey, it's nice to meet you. Let's see. What do we start with? We start with micrograms, okay? Because that is our first goal. Do we have any puzzle pieces with micrograms in it? No, but we're still gonna start with them. I bet you that. Hope 420 says I just started nursing school. Congratulations, Hope. I hope you are starting these metric conversions too, child. Cause you don't need them. All right. And if anybody who is watching on the TikTok, if you want to go over to my YouTube channel, this is where the setup is. A Blessed RN, same name. So this is why we conducting the live so we can get established here just in case the tick or the talk goes away. All right. So boom. What are we looking for? Micrograms. No micrograms in sight, but we have one with milligrams in it. Okay. So we know that there is a microgram to milligram conversion. So 1,000 mics is 1 milligram. Okay. So then I can use my milligrams now because I have the conversion. So 250 milligrams is 500 mLs. Crossing out my units as I go. Next, we got milliliters. So I have something with milliliters, my 35 milliliters per hour. So you see, I'm just crossing out the units as I go. So I got hour at the bottom. I need minute at the bottom. So 1 hour is 60 minutes. So I'm crossing out the units, and you see, I've got my second goal. Okay. Then the last thing I need on the goal is kgs. So I have a puzzle piece with kgs in it. Do I need to put it on the top, or do I need to put it on the bottom? I need to put it wherever the goal tells me that I need to put it. Okay. So that is going to be on the bottom, 66 kgs. And I'll put my one on the top this time. So now you see that we've got everything in place according to what? The goal. The goal is going to be your best friend. And that's the question, but it's going to guide you. It's going to help you pick out your puzzle pieces. It's going to help you set up your equations, okay? So we've got microgram on the top, minutes and kgs on the bottom. You see that the minute and the kg, they don't have to come in that same order, just as long as they're in the same position as it is in the goal. So 1000 times 250 times 35. And I'm going to keep this one in the calculator for sure, because you see that big old number, it's like 8,750,000. All those zeros can get lost in the sauce. And we know that a zero can make a good difference in your problems if you omit or add one, right? So then that's going to be 4.419, right? So if we are going to round this to the nearest tenths place, what would our answer be? Hey, Chef Ash is back. How you doing? Hey, congratulations. Oh, that's what's up. Y'all are seeing the back view if you're here on TikTok. I am on my YouTube channel, and that is where I will be doing the live sessions from now on. Watching from Wisconsin. Okay. Wisconsin in my T-Pain voice. So if we're gonna round this to the nearest tenths place, it'll be 4.4 micrograms per kilogram per minute. And I ran out of space. See, this is where I get lost. How come not microgram and kilogram on the top with minute on the bottom? Okay, so if you have, okay, so if you had in real life, in real life, let's see, let me make some space. So, okay, let's give an example. If you had milliliter per hour, isn't that this, right? So if you got three things, because you can't have the top, the first element, because they're basically all divisors or dividends, if that makes sense. So if you had microgram per kilogram, isn't that this? So if you have one more divisor, that's going to be microgram per kilogram per minute, if that makes sense. Chinook. And y'all make sure y'all go to the YouTube page, because I am answering and trying to monitor the chat from my phone tonight, but pretty soon I will not. Yeah. Okay, we have not gotten into dosage calc on farm yet. What videos do I need? All of them. No, I'm just kidding. Start with the metric stuff. Start with the rounding. Start with the basics. I do have a You're welcome. I saw I've got a playlist on YouTube that's got like basics. All right, Miss Lacey, she don't posted her problems about alteplase. What type of drug is alteplase? Anybody know? Alteplase. Administration 7. A patient comes in for a myocardial infarction and needs alteplase. The patient weighs 165 pounds. The order is alteplase 0.9 milligrams per kilogram IV stat. The total dose should not exceed 90 milligrams. 10% of the total dose gets administered as an IV bolus over 1 minute, and the infusion of the remainder occurs over 60 minutes. Lord, it's a lot. Okay, the alteplase is supplied as 100 milligrams per milliliter bottle. What is the total dose? What is the bolus dose? What is the remaining dose? What is the milliliter per hour of the dose? Lord, this sounds like a session question. But let's see how we will answer this. Okay, so if y'all are wondering what I'm looking at, it is a question that was in the chat. Uh-huh. And so basically it's gonna help with the clotting. If you got a line, a PIC line, yeah, it's a enzyme. Okay. Yeah, it's a thrombolytics clot buster. Exactly. So basically the order, because I'm trying to put it so everybody can see it. And then I got to do my in and out problem, my BSA problem, and go to bed because I'm tired. All right. So patient comes in for an MI, needs out place. So the patient's weight is 165 pounds. Okay. And the order is 0.9 milligrams per kilogram. Stat means right got doggone now. So the total dose should not exceed 90. So no more than 90 milligrams. Okay, so that's the most that they can have. 10% of the total dose is going to be the bolus. Okay, so that means whatever we find the total is, bolus. I can't spell. I said bolus. Okay, 10% of it is going to be the bolus. So bolus just means one-time administration of a medicine, okay? This one's wild, but I like it. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Okay, so bolus. And then the bolus has to be given over 1 minute. And then the rest of it has to be infused over, remaining has to be infused over an hour. Okay, over 1 hour. Okay, all right, and it's applied as 100 milligrams per 100 ml. All right, and so what is the total dose? What's the bolus? What's the remaining? What's the milliliter per hour? And what's the other milliliter per dose? All right, Charity Nursing School in New Orleans trying to get me, but I've been waiting for you to help me. Oh Lord, not in New Orleans. You won't catch me back in your city. I told you that. I messed around and went to that Anita Baker and Babyface concert. Not this past year, but last year in February, and it happened to be Mardi Gras. Oh no, oh no, baby, oh no, baby. Can't do it no more. All right. So what are we looking for? The first part that is asking us to find is what is the total dose. So total dose. That's what we're going to be looking for. So we need to see how many milligrams we will be giving to the patient. Okay. So if we are looking for milligrams, we have 0.9 milligrams per kilogram is the order. The patient weighs 165 pounds, okay? So if we're looking for milligrams, we start with our milligrams. So 0.9 milligrams over kg, okay? So our patient's weight is in pounds, so we'll do our conversion. 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. And then we'll do our pounds. 165 pounds over 1. Boom, boom, and boom. So now we are just left with what we're looking for. So 0.9 times 165 divided by 2.2. So it's going to be 67.5 milligrams. And that's the total dose, okay? And they can't receive in no more than 90. So this falls under that 90. So we're still good, okay? So the second question is, what is the bolus dose? So remember, it said the bolus is going to be 10% of the total. So if you got the total, which is 67.5 milligrams, we're going to times that by 10%. Okay? So 67.5 times, oh, I got to do a puzzle piece. I'll do it again. Sorry. Okay, here we go. All right, sorry, y'all. And so 67.5 times 10%. So we need to know what 10% is. Times point zero. So, okay, that is the bolus. So, the next part of the question is what is the remaining dose? So, the remainder is going to be what? 67.5 milligrams minus your 10%. So 67.5 minus 6.75, which is going to be 60.75. So that's your bolus. This is the remaining. Okay. And so then it wants to know boo, 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 boo. This is a good question. I love it. That sounds like, oh, yes. Okay. So then what is the next question? Alrighty. So 10% gets administered over IV bolus over a minute, and the infusion is over 60 minutes. Okay. So what is the total dose? What's the bolus dose? What's the remaining dose? What is the milliliter per hour of the bolus dose? And what's the milliliter per hour of the remaining dose? So now we've got to see the milliliter per hour. So you see we've got our patient's medicine. It comes as 100 milligrams per 100 milliliter. Okay. So our goal is to see the milliliter per hour for the bolus and the milliliter per hour for the drip. Okay. So the bolus amount was 6.75. I'm sorry. So if we are looking for a milliliter per hour, we want milliliters on the top, right? And then it says that we have to do that first one over 1 minute. Okay. So that is for 1 minute. Okay. So if we're looking for milliliter per hour, I'm going to put my milliliters on the top, milligrams on the bottom, my 6.75 milligrams in my 1 minute. Okay, and then I'll put my 60 minutes over 1 hour. Minute crosses out. Now you've got milliliter at the top and hour at the bottom. So you see how all the puzzle pieces just come together. Yeah, this is a rough one, Carlene. But I'm excited because I love it. I'm like, ooh wee. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do all of my calculations. So it's going to be 405 milliliters per hour for that bolus. Okay. And you're like, that's really fast. Well, you've got to administer just a small amount over a minute. So that's why it's going to be fast. So the remaining amount is 60.75, right? So it's going to be much slower than that bolus. That bolus is kind of done rapidly. Okay, so 60.75 mgs, it's 100 milligrams per 100 milliliters, and that's going to be given over 1 hour, right? So the remaining amount is given over 1 hour. I need to write that so that it looks like 1 hour. 60.75 milligrams is given over 1 hour. So of course you start with your milliliters, 100 ml over 100 mg times your 60.75 mgs per hour. Now you've got milliliter per hour. So 100 times 60.75 divided by 100. It's going to be 60.75. Okay? Does it make sense? Oh, that's a little wild. Oh, that was wild. Y'all who are on TikTok, don't forget to come on over to the YouTube. That is where I will be hosting these sessions. I will still be kind of a hybrid for the next couple of sessions, but eventually I will just be migrating over to this side. So if you want to keep on studying with me, then you better join me. All right. Um, please help me with this question. I know you're tired. I can't get all my questions to cancel out. Patient with hypertension weighs 72.42. Shoot, I'm dyslexic now. 72.4 kg. And they're receiving an infusion of Nipride 50 mgs and D5W 250 at 75 milliliters per hour. Oh, micrograms per kilogram per minute. We just did that one. Girl, you made it make sense, and I truly appreciate it. You're welcome. He said, "Wow, you're smart." Um, I know things, Jon Snow. I gotten it, but I was literally just figuring it out. Cool. All right, I got you, Kate. So this is the microgram per kilogram per minute. I just kind of did one of those. So micrograms on the top, kilograms and minutes on the bottom. Okay. So you've got 72.4 kg patient weight, and it's 50 mg's and 250 ml at 75 ml per hour. All right. So start with what you're looking for. You don't have any micrograms? Cool. We're going to put them anyway. 1,000 micrograms is 1 milligram because this piece right here is your milligrams. Okay. So now we can do our 50 milligrams in your 250 ml. Boom, boom. All right. And then our 75 mLs per hour. Boom, boom. And then we need minute. So I'll do 1 hour is 60 minutes. Boom, shiki boom. And we've got micrograms. Boom. We got minutes. Boom. So next thing we need is our kgs. So I put it right there at the bottom where it tells me to. I'll put my one at the top this time. Bow. You see how we did that? Puzzle pieces. Puzzle pieces. That is it. I feel like if you know what's going on in the problem, it kind of helps you to kind of go through the problem and see how to set it up too. A lot of I have issues with nursing school. Now that I'm not in it and I can talk about it, but like I feel like when you're first starting out, like fundamentals and stuff, and you don't know what's going on, you don't know what a bolus is or a piggyback or even half of these doggone drugs and how to say them. You're like, it's just information and you don't know what's going on. So you don't understand why it's like this per this per this. So I don't know. I got 3.45. And if you round to the nearest tenth, it'll be 3.5 mics per kigs per min. Okay, how do you know if the kilograms go at the top on the bottom? The goal tells you where everything goes. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm trying to somebody said I talk a lot during my lives and they're like, just answer the question. And I'm like, bruh, I'm trying to break it down so you know what to look for too, you know? The book don't have nothing on you. Lacey, thank you. So if anybody's needing private tutoring, um, yes, you can definitely reach out to me and we can set up something. I got something coming for Black Friday and I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope y'all like it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so just be looking out. You got me now? Yes. That's how you do all of your questions. That goal, the goal, child. All right. So those are kind of the harder questions. If y'all like this and want to see more content, more breakdown, y'all let me know. Give me feedback. You're welcome. And I will be on Wednesday too. So yeah. So I got a BSA problem left in me and I got a INO problem because I don't do a lot of INOs. I don't know why. Um, I feel like they're just heavy on the conversion. So, what the basis that you need to know for your I and O problems is that you got to pay attention to the frequencies, you got to pay attention to the hour of the shift, and you got to pay attention to what it's asking for you to solve for. Okay. So, this one is to calculate the patient's intake. So, what is intake? Anything that is liquid at room temperature, right? Okay. So, this is from 12-hour shift, 7 p to 7 a. So if you got tube feeding from 8 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning, it's going at 40 milliliters per hour. We need to make sure all of our values are in milliliter, okay? So what we're going to do is look at the time. So from 8 o'clock at night to 6 o'clock in the morning, that is what? 10 hours, right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 10 hours. So we'll need to multiply this times 10 hours to cross out our units, and you'll have your milliliters left. So that's going to be 400 milliliters. Okay. So 6:15, that's between our time frame, right? So between 7 p and 7 a. See, now I be on time the other day and you never went live. Reem, I had a death in the family. Yeah. Our grandmother had passed. My husband's grandmother had passed. So last week was a little bit rough. It was a little rough and tough on my Afro puff. So please forgive me for my absence. All right. So now we've got 615, 30 milliliters. It's already in milliliters. So yeah. Thank y'all. It's all right. It's all right. Um, so 2100 is between 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock at night, right? Because this is a night shift. This is my shift. I love night shift. Shout out to night shift. Night shift. All right. So you got 250 ml. So that's another one that's already in milliliter. Okay. And then you got a saline flush, which is going to be used after you give that blood to clear the line. And then we got zithromycin IV piggyback 50 milliliters over an hour. Okay. So what are we looking for? The milliliters. And it was just that 50 milliliters that was given over an hour. Cool beans. It's within our time zone. So I mean our time designated shift. So we'll use it. And then after it got done, you flush the line out. And then they had continuous fluids. So this means that throughout the shift, they had a fluid of normal, I mean a fluid, an IV of normal saline continuously dripping. Okay. So therefore it was 100 mLs an hour. So how many hours is the shift? 12-hour shift. So we'll times that by our 12 hours. Your hours crosses out. That's going to be 1200 milliliters that they get in the whole shift. Okay. So now they got 2 cups of coffee, 4 cups of ice, and 8 ounces of orange juice. So in order to do that, we're going to have to convert our cups to milliliters, right? So if we have 2 cups and we want ml, our goal is ml. I know that 1 cup is what? 8 ounces. And I know that 8 ounces is 30 milliliters. So 1 cup is 240 milliliters if you can commit that to memory. So we'll do 240 ml, and that is 1 cup. We got 2 cups, so that's going to be 480 milliliters. And you see, I'm just putting all my milliliters to the side because once I convert everything, they'll just be in milliliters and you just add it. So then 4 cups of ice. Does ice stay ice? No, ice melts. So therefore, we're going to have to do half of that. So it'll be 2 cups of ice. Did we just solve for 2 cups of coffee? So it's the same amount, 480 milliliters. And then 8 ounces of orange juice. So we know that 1 ounce is 30 milliliters, right? So 30 milliliters is 1 ounce times your 8 ounces. ounces crosses out. So it'll be 240 milliliters. So that's all of your values in milliliter form. And now all you have to do is just add. I'm so sorry. Please be encouraged. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Baby, life be life, and I swear it do. But thank you for your encouragement. Hey, kids. What's up, girl? So we'll do 400 plus 30 plus 250 plus 220 plus 50 plus 10 plus 1200 plus 480 and 480 and 240 equals 3,160 milliliters. They had a lot of fluid go in. I'm anxious to see the output because what goes in has to come out. Okay. So that's how you would do your intake and your output with your ice. So just know that ice has to be counted for half because ice doesn't remain ice, it melts. And what else was I looking for? BSA, right? So BSA is a formula. Okay? You can do BSA by two different methods. So BSA is going to be meters squared. That is your unit of measure, basically. So it's going to be the height in centimeters, or the weight times the weight in kgs divided by 3,600, and you take the square root. Or if you have the US system of measure, the square root of the height in inches times the weight in pounds divided by 31, and you take the square root of that. So let's say if our patient weighs 120 pounds and they are 65 inches tall, you would just put in your height and your weight and divide it by 31 and take the square root of it. Or if you needed to convert it, you would do your conversion for your weight would be divided by 2.2. So 120 divided by 2.2 is 54.54 kgs. And then if you have 65 inches, you times that by 2.54 to get your centimeters. And that's 165.1 centimeters. And you see, you just put it into the formula. So 165.1 cm times 54.54 kg divided by 3,600. Okay? So 165.1 that's 54.54 divided by 3,600. And then you take the square root of that. And where is the square root? I'm on the calculator on my computer. Okay, 1.58. So that is how you do BSA. All right, you guys. It has been a cool time spent tonight. I will be back on Wednesday, and I will be on the YouTube channel. I will give you the backstage view on TikTok. If you are on TikTok, make sure you come over to the YouTube because that's where I will be migrating my study sessions to. Y'all reach me at abrntutoring.com for requests for questions on Wednesday and for tutoring sessions. I don't have my hours updated available because this week definitely is going to be different because I don't know what's going to hold. But usually I'm available in the mornings and in the evenings. Yeah. So if you would like private tutoring, yeah, you can reach out to me on my site or in my messages. Y'all, it's been a good session and we did a whole bunch of different problems. So especially that one from Miss Lacey. I appreciated that. It was a challenge, but Indeed, you see how you can work through things if you just break it down with your puzzle pieces. I'm in Alabama, so it'll be Central Time. Thank you so much. Good night. I will be signing up. Okay, cool, April. I'll see you soon then. All right, so for everybody who is on my YouTube channel, you probably haven't been on my TikTok once I get done studying, but I do pray over my live sessions. So if you want to stay for the prayer, you can. If not, I will not be offended. And I'll see you on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central. Okay? So if all hearts and minds are composed, we will go before the throne. Whew. All right. Lord, we thank you. We lift you up and we praise you. You're holy. You're wonderful. You're awesome. You're magnificent. You're bigger than everything. You're just an awesome wonder. And I thank you for your love and your kindness and your mercy and your grace. Thank you for the blood that was shed on Calvary that makes us right with you. So at the end of the day, we can see your face. Um, we just thank you for all of the blessings that you have given us. I thank you for the blessings and the gifts that you have given me. Lord, you said, blessed are those who are mourning. Um, and I just want to pray for my family and my husband and my in-laws. We lost a wonderful woman of God who was a true example of a Christian, and we're gonna miss her. And we just ask that you comfort us and you strengthen us during this time. Lord, I pray for these nursing students who have come on the live sessions, who have come on the YouTube, looking for answers, searching for questions to be answered, and they found them. I ask that you just continue to make ways out of no ways, Lord God. Continue to bless them with resources and understanding and guidance, Lord. I thank you for letting me be that mediator between them and the guidance and the answers that they see. Lord, we ask that you cover them as they are going through school. Keep them strengthened, Lord, and comforted during their darkest moments, Lord God. Let them know that we can do the things that you have us to do that are according to your purpose and your will, Lord. We ask that you provide needs, that you provide tuition and books and sustenance and transportation and shelter, Lord God, all throughout their program, so then they can graduate and be strong and smart and prudent nurses and take care of your people. I just thank you. I just lift you up. We ask, Lord, that you forgive us, that you continue to walk with us and lead us and guide us with the Holy Spirit. And it is in your name, Jesus, that I pray. Amen. Alrighty. Nurse Juicy McFat. Lacey, y'all have a good night. It was a good session. I appreciate the problems that y'all put in. And just don't forget TikTok because I'm on both of y'all right now. If you would like to attend the sessions, remember I'm moving. I am moving. So y'all go over to the YouTube. A blessed are in on all social media. So good night, and I'll see you Wednesday.